Ravenwood Basketball 2022-23 is on the air, featuring your defending District 12 4A champion Lady Raptors and head coach Andrew James. Ravenwood Basketball is brought to you by Noodles & Company, Jets Pizza, Tropical Smoothie, Brent Consulting Group, Houston Clinic Orthopedics, A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa, The Payment Exchange, Corner Pub Cool Springs, Chick-fil-A, Jersey Mike's Subs, and Blaze Pizza of Brentwood. The Ravenwood Lady Raptors get set to start their 2023 season on the road in Lebanon as they've said farewell to the 2022 calendar year and will open up the new year here against the Devilettes at Lebanon High School. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Bosen here, courtside at Lebanon High School. It took us about 50 minutes or so to make the drive from Williamson County out here to Lebanon, and the Lady Raptors are going to try to continue that positive momentum they started with a victory over Rossview down in the Independence Tournament to wrap up that 2022 calendar year with the victory, but they will have to do it tonight without the services of starting guard Natalie Prestigard. Prestigard hopes to return Friday when district play gets underway at Nolensville, but she is not in uniform or in the official book tonight for head coach Andrew James. So the Lady Raptors will have a tough challenge ahead of them, playing without one of their key contributors in Natalie Prestigard. And we hope that Prestigard can be back in action on Friday at Nolensville when district play begins. Coach Andrew James, now in his fourth season at the helm of the Lady Raptors. He started this year with a record of 50 wins and 36 losses. His squad comes in with a record of 2-12 this year. Coach James now 52-48 overall in his fourth season at Ravenwood. Lebanon Devilettes, they come in at 11-3. They're out of District 9 4A for head coach Corey Barrett, and they have put together a very nice record of 11-3 to get things started. They have a couple of opponents who the Raptors, Lady Raptors, will see later this year. Lebanon won against Summit back on December 2nd by a final score of 59-50. They trailed 30-23 at the half, trailed 42-38 after three, but used a 21-10 run in the fourth quarter to capture that 9-point victory on December 2nd. Then on December 6th, they played at Brentwood and took a loss to the Lady Bruins. 46-40 was the final score there, as Brentwood will be on the schedule for Ravenwood twice coming up in 2023, as will the Summit Lady Spartans. In that game against Summit, TK Hastings led the way for Lebanon with 24 points. She hit 6 3-pointers. The 5'7" sophomore guard will be in the starting lineup tonight for head coach Corey Barrett. And Finley Tomlin, a senior guard, she kind of gets the defensive assignment of shutting down the opponent's leader. Tomlin held Quinn Johnston, the sharpshooter from Summit, to just 5 points in that game against Summit back in December, while scoring 9 points herself. And Johnston, someone who can pour in 6, 7, 8, 9 3-pointers herself per game. So quite a test there for Tomlin. Tomlin, the senior point guard, in the starting lineup tonight. She's a 5'6" point guard for Coach Barrett. Rounding out the starting lineup will be 5'8" sophomore forward Roe Dowell. Dowell had 4 points in that contest against Summit. She'll be joined by 5'9" senior guard Julia Manis. Manis did not hit the scoring column there against Summit. And Madison Jennings, their 5'11", 6-foot senior post. She had 4 points in that contest against the Lady Spartans of Summit. It'll be Ravenwood, Lebanon tonight. Lady Raptors and Devilettes will get things started for us in varsity action, and then we'll have the boys contest for you at about 7:30. The scheduled tip in that one will be on the air around 7:20, pending how long this game goes. Earlier tonight, the junior varsity boys got their 2023 calendar year rolling with a 55-47 victory over Lebanon's junior varsity game over in the auxiliary gym for head coach Dominic Tharp. The last meeting between the Devilettes and Lady Raptors was back on January 4th of 2022. Lebanon got the victory in that one. 54-47 was the final. Your Ravenwood Lady Raptors were led by Reagan Grimes in that contest with 14 points. Grimes now graduated and getting starts at Tennessee Tech. Elizabeth Flynn had 9 points a year ago in this meeting. Natalie Prestegard contributed 8. Kat Garay had 7. Lexi Parsons, now down in Georgia in high school, as she moved away with her family down there, had 5 points in the game. Emma Rail had 4 in the contest as the Lady Raptors fell 54-47 to Lebanon 1 year ago. So it'll be a tough assignment tonight for the Lady Raptors, looking to pick up their 3rd victory. They stand at 2-12, but it has been a brutal schedule, playing Blackman and Lipscomb and Beach, Hillsborough and Oakland. They've played Cookville. They lost 67-51 to Cookville in the Independence Tournament and then fell to Livingston Academy. Their 2 victories this year over Franklin and over Rossview. The Franklin victory back on December 16th, Friday night, and they defeated Rossview on December 29th to close out that Independence Tournament. That was the last time they were on the floor in game action, and tonight they will get 2023 going with this road game at Lebanon. Then Friday night, district play starts at Nolensville. You got a handful of road games coming up. Lady Raptors a week from tonight will be at Centennial, and then on Friday the 13th at Columbia Central before they return home January the 17th on Tuesday night against Independence. It will be the first home game of the new year for Raptor Nation at Ravenwood High School. Hope you will come out and join us there. And if you can't be at Ravenwood High School, we'll have all the action for you here on RaptorAthleticsLive.mixler.com throughout the area, throughout the state of Tennessee, around the country, and even around the globe, as we've had listeners as far away as the Philippines and in New York City, and wherever you are tonight. If you drop us a note via the chat on the app, if you're listening via the Mixler app or on that website, you can send a chat message, let us know where you're listening from, and we can hopefully give you a shout out along the way. It looks like we're about a minute away from the announcement of our starting lineups, and then we will have tip tonight between Ravenwood and Lebanon, the Lady Raptors and the Devilettes on the schedule. We'll take a brief 2-minute break here, bring you one of our sponsors, Edward Jones Investments, and a brief message, and we'll be back here courtside at Lebanon High School in just about 2 minutes. Stay with us here on RaptorAthleticsLive.mixler.com.
To win in sports, you must adjust your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of investments. Alexandra Knopf, your Murray County, Williamson County, and greater Nashville area Edward Jones financial advisor, can help you create a game plan for your financial goals. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Alexandra Knopf, your Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this, and that's why she's a proud sponsor of Ravenwood High School Raptors football on Raptors Athletics Live. For all of your investment needs, call Alexandra Knopf at 931-490-0209 and get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? would you notice an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for summer break
because she may not be having lunch again until September?
Or a single father of 2 who works 3
part-time jobs and still can't put enough food on the table?
Or maybe a mother who cleans offices at night, hoping to find meeting leftovers to take home to her hungry family. Or a war veteran who's having a hard time
landing a job and getting back on his feet.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
What grows in the forest? Trees? Sure. Know what else grows in the forest? Our imagination, our sense of wonder, and our family bonds grow too. Because when we disconnect from this and connect with this, we reconnect with each other and build family memories we will carry with us forever. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. It's easy. Just put in your zip code to find family-friendly outdoor destinations near you. You'll also find guides to free activities, games, and amazing forest facts. Give the magic of the outdoors to your kids and reconnect with your family. Find a forest near you at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Chris Bosen back here at Lebanon High School. We've just had the playing of our national anthem and presentation of color by the Lebanon High School ROTC program. We'll be doing that back at Ravenwood High School with the Raptor Battalion coming up when we return home for the home schedule in 2023. That'll be on Tuesday, January 17th. Independence will be in town. Until then, the Raptors have 4 road games at Lebanon, at Nolensville, at Centennial, and at Columbia Central. As Ravenwood will travel to Nolensville on Friday to get the district portion of the schedule started. Then the Centennial game, that'll be a region game, non-district this year on Tuesday, January 10th. Columbia Central on Friday, January 13th on the road. That will be another district game before we get Independence at home to open the district play in 2023. Mentioned your starters for the Lebanon Devilettes. It'll be TK Hastings at point guard, Finley Tomlin at guard, Julia Manis at guard, Madison Jennings at the post, and Roe Dowell at forward tonight for Lebanon as they shut out all the lights here at Lebanon High School for the introduction of their squad. And for Ravenwood tonight, playing without Natalie Prestegard, they will start at guard tonight, the 5'9" junior wearing number 21, Emma Rail. At the other guard will be 5'9" sophomore wearing number 20, Julia Hines. Also in at guard tonight, in the absence of Prestegard, will be 5'5" sophomore wearing number 25, Caroline Comstock. At forward tonight, the 5'10" senior wearing number 11, Elizabeth Flynn. And in the post, 6' senior wearing number 44, Kat Garai. Hines, Rail, and Comstock tonight without the services of Prestegard. Flynn and Garai for head coach Andrew James will comprise the starting lineups as the lights come back on now for Lebanon. TK Hastings, I mentioned, had that big game against Summit, pouring in 24 points behind 6 3-pointers. As she is just a sophomore and another one of the fine players coming out of Lebanon. This is a Lebanon program with a rich history. They were state champions back in 1970-71. Then they went 30-2, but more recently they've made it to the Glass House. In 1920 season they went 31-6. They made it to the Final Four, and in 2021 they put together a 30-5 record and were state runner-up. So it is a rich history for Devilette basketball and Blue Devil basketball. Later tonight we'll see Tulsa commit Jared Hall, and this is they get good attendance, they get good fan support here at Lebanon, and Should be a good night of varsity TSSAA basketball here between your Ravenwood Lady Raptors and the Lebanon Devilettes here. A year ago, Lebanon got the 54-47 victory. They come in at 11-3. Ravenwood at 2-12, looking to pick up their third victory of the season. In to jump will be Madison Jennings, the 6-foot post against Emma Rail. Out there to jump for Ravenwood. And the officials meeting at the scorer's table and waiting to see what's up on the clock. They bring the coaches together. The scoreboard ran out of batteries, apparently. So they got to get new batteries. Rail in the circle to jump. Jennings taps to the side. Comstock gets it in the front court. Comstock to Flynn. Flynn on the baseline on the right side. Lady Raptors moving left to right to start. And quick whistle foul against Lebanon. Foul is on Rodowell. Her first, 7:54 to go here. Opening quarter. Baseline inbound for Comstock. Throws it in. It's knocked out of bounds by Lebanon. Lady Raptors wearing their road reds. Going left to right here from our vantage point. Lebanon in the home whites, trimmed in some red and blue. Get it into Kat Garai, right low post, kick it right back to Comstock. From the right corner, baseline three won't go. Rebound offside, Julia Hines out onto the left wing, Flynn. Flynn into contact, throws it up off the bottom of the rim. No, it's knocked around in the lane. Emma Rail comes away with it. Into the right corner, Flynn now on the right wing, Comstock. Back to Flynn on the right wing, looking inside to Garai. Garai points away from there as she couldn't post up. Over to the left side. Comstock now on top. Rail. Lady Raptors again playing without Natalie Prestegard tonight. Rail. Free throw line. Dish it right wing. Garai. Garai wants to throw to Hines. Throws it out of bounds on the far side instead. And Lebanon will take possession, bringing it forward. Finley Tomlin. Tomlin to TK Hastings. Right elbow. They try to dump it down low. It's knocked away by Hines, however, to Garai and give it to Comstock. Devlettes fall back quickly in defense. Comstock up the right side. Nobody challenges her. Takes it all the way to the glass. Throws it up off the glass. It won't go. Knocked out of bounds by Lebanon. Off the miss by Comstock. Baseline inbound here for the Lady Raptors. The sophomore Comstock. The inbound basket to her right. Looking. Throw it into the right side. It's Flynn. Flynn steps inside the three-point line. Her jumper won't go. And rebound on the offside. Goes out of bounds off the fingertips of Lebanon. Last touch by the Devilettes. Baseline inbound here for the Lady Raptors. Basket to the left of Comstock. Looks. Bounce pass into Flynn. Flynn saves it on the baseline. Flynn goes back to her right. Her jumper is an air ball. Offside rebound, Madison Jennings. Flynn has started off 0 for 3. Over on to the right side. Now on the right wing. Rotated around to Jennings. Now on to the left side. That is Julia Manis. Right side on the wing. Finley Tomlin. Tomlin on top, rotated back to the left side. 4-3 on the way is good for TK Hastings. Hastings hits her first three, and Lebanon opens up a 3-0 lead, 6:25 in the first quarter. Comstock across the timeline, got that big Blue Devil logo out at center court. On the right side, Hines. Down to Comstock, right low post, takes it into the right corner along the baseline. Now back on top, Garai, on top to Rail. Left side to Hines, down into Flynn. Double team comes, she picks it out on the left wing to Comstock, now to Flynn. Flynn dribbling it, free throw line, dishes it into the right corner. Hines takes one dribble to her right, back to Flynn on the right wing. Flynn on the left-hand dribble, switches to the right, now goes behind the back into the paint. Flynn cut off. Flynn turns to her right, jumper will not drop. Off the back of the iron, no good. Elizabeth Flynn has started 0 for 4 in 11, and Devilettes come away with it. Pushing it into the front court is TK Hastings, and she's fouled. Down by the rim. And we'll go to the free throw line. Foul is on Caroline Comstock. 5:40 to go here in the opening quarter. First team foul against Ravenwood. Hastings misses. And the second one, good. Hastings makes one of two. She missed the first. And then Flynn travels near midcourt against some Lebanon pressure. 4-0 Devilettes. Frontline inbound here for Tiffany Harrigan. Gets it into Finley Tomlin. Finley Tomlin bothers the logo. Back over to Tiffany Harrigan. Over on the right side, Tomlin now into the right corner. That's Hastings. Lady Raptors going to show their 2-3 zone. Working around the perimeter on to the left side. Hastings. Excuse me, that was Harrigan. Tried to throw it cross court to Tomlin. It went over her head out of bounds. We Ravenwood possession. Hines, Comstock. Lady Raptors looking for their first points of the contest, trailing 4-0, 5-12 to go here in the opening quarter. Hines on the left wing, pressured closely over there by Hastings. Here comes the double team. Gets rid of it to Comstock. Now on top, Garai over to Rail outside the lane on the right side. Goes to the baseline, and Emma Rail's jumper is good. Lady Raptors on the board, trailing 4-2 with 4:55 to go here in the opening quarter. Trying to get it inside. Garai contests it in there, but feed it into Jennings, and then Jennings spinning towards the basket. It goes out of bounds. The whistle, I thought maybe they would call a foul, but no. Last touch by Ravenwood, so a baseline inbound here for Finley Tomlin. Basket to her right. Throws it into the left corner. Wide open three is on the way off the iron from the baseline. No good for TK Hastings. But Harrigan on the putback. 6-2. Lebanon leads. Flynn on the right side to Hines. Over into the right side. Garai, now to Rail on the right wing. Rail will fire the three from that right wing off the far side of the iron. No, offside rebound. Off Julia Hines' hands. Out of bounds, and it'll go over to Lebanon. As Garai checks out, Hines checks out. Into the contest, Lexi Levine and Allie Raymer. Levine, the senior, along with Raymer, the senior. Raymer replaces Garai down low in the middle. Over on the right wing, Lady Raptors stay in that 2-3 zone. Out on that right wing, TK Hastings. Give it to Finley Tomlin now. She'll back it out by the logo. Look back to head coach Corey Barrett for the play call. Give it to the high post on the right side. Turnaround jumper is there for Shauna Rowe. Shauna Rowe makes it an 8-2 lead with 3:52 to go here in the opening quarter for Lebanon. Rails pass out on top to Raymer. Knocked away down the right side. Try to laying it in. It won't go. Flynn, the rebound off the miss by Tiffany Harrigan. Flynn goes the other way. Pass over to the left side. Levine. Levine on the baseline. Turns that down. Kick it out right wing to Rail for three. Emma Rail right in front of the Devilette bench. Knocks down the three. Rail's got all five for the Lady Raptors. They trail 5-8. 3:25 to go here in the opening quarter. Ravenwood in that 2-3 zone. Into the front court comes Finley Tomlin. Tomlin on the left wing. Now gets it back on top. Right hand dribble, give it up left side to Ashana Rowe. Into the left corner, down into the left low post. Trinity Franzen over on the right side on the wing. Long three is no good for Tomlin, and Flynn, the rebound off the 3-point miss by Finley Tomlin. Lady Raptors, under 3 to go here in the opening quarter, trail by 3. Left wing, Rail to the left elbow, give it to Flynn. Flynn drives down the left side, goes to the glass, count the bucket and the foul. Elizabeth Flynn, her first points of the night. She's 1 of 5. Foul is on Tiffany Harrigan. It is good. It's her first personal. 2:52 to go here. Second team foul. Flynn to the line for the free throw. An opportunity to complete the 3-point play. Dribbles it twice, spins it, 2 more dribbles, spins it again, and the right-hand free throw is up and good. For the senior Elizabeth Flynn, she's got 3 points, and we're all tied. 8-8 with 2:50 to go in the opening quarter. Down in the right low post, double team trap comes with the Lady Raptors. Allie Raymer in there, along with Audrey Speckert just into the game. Possession arrow points in favor of Lebanon. Speckert, the senior, just into the contest. She's on the floor with Levine, Rail, Raymer, and Audrey Speckert will have to come out because she's wearing a black undershirt. And Speckert runs out, so Caroline Comstock will return. Speckert wearing a black undershirt under the red jersey. Lady Raptors in their road reds here. Get it into the paint on the inbound, and the shot won't go underneath. And then foul underneath. Roe Dowell missed the shot. Rebound inside by Ravenwood. They're going to put the foul against Ravenwood. Allie Raymer. Raymer picks it up. 2:41 to go. Opening quarter, baseline inbound, Lebanon. Basket to their left, throw it into the right corner. Long three will not go. Rebound inside, move at the glass, count the bucket, and the foul against Raymer on the putback by Madison Jennings. The three miss was by TK Hastings. The foul is on Raymer. Picks up her second. The bucket's good, and a three-point play opportunity is here for Madison Jennings. Third team foul against Ravenwood. Here at the 2:35 mark. Lebanon leads 10-8. Free throw is good, and it's an 11-8 Lebanon lead as Madison Jennings completes that three-point play. 2 minutes, 33 seconds to go here, opening quarter. Comstock across the timeline. Right side, Flynn. Flynn on the wing, on top, Rail. Long three, off the iron, no. Rebound off the hands of Garay. She can't grab it. Lebanon does, and they'll come the other direction. Staying in the 2-3 zone, Ravenwood over on the left wing. Get it to the left high post, Madison Jennings, and turns it over. Garay takes it away. Give it to Rail. Rail on the dribble. Right wing, Levine will fire the long three. Too hard off the far side of the iron. Flynn tracks it down in the right corner on the baseline. Flynn drives the baseline, bumps into Lebanon's Madison Jennings, and she's whistled for the blocking foul. And Jennings picks up her first personal, the 152 mark. It's the third team foul against Lebanon. Specker now returns without the undershirt. Comstock will check out. Get it into Garay, out on the right side, throw back into the right corner, Speckert. Speckert, one dribble to her left, on the right wing, to Levine, now on top, Rail. Rail looks inside, nothing there, throws it out on the left wing, Garay. On the right side, Levine, to Rail, over in front of the Devilet bench. On top, Flynn, left side, Levine, back on top to Flynn. Flynn holds it above her head. End-to-man defense, Lebanon. Flynn drives through the lane, to the right hand, and it rolls off the rim, won't go. For Elizabeth Flynn, who is 1 of 6 to start this game. 1:22 to play here, opening quarter. Lady Raptors trail 11-8. Lebanon with possession. On the left side, Julia Manis. Now on top, Tiara Spencer. Back to Manis in the left corner. Baseline three is on the way. Too hard off the far side of the iron. Rebound by Finley Tomlin. Get it back inside Madison Jennings. That won't go. Underneath. Put back attempt, no good for Julia Manis. And rebounded by Flynn. Flynn bounce pass, left side, Speckert on the baseline, no. Offside rebound, Emma Rail, and she's knocked to the ground. Whistle foul. Foul's going to be on Madison Jennings. Be her second, 51.2. Be a baseline inbound. Coming here for Ravenwood. That's to the right of Speckert. Speckert looking, gets it in to Garay. Garay tracks it down over in the right corner and then throws it off a Devilet. That's Trinity Franzen right next to the Lebanon bench, and it'll stay Ravenwood basketball. On the right side, Speckert right in front of the Lebanon bench. 46.4 to go, opening quarter. On top, Levine. Lady Raptors trail 11-8. Levine on the left-hand dribble, picks it up now, bounce pass out to Flynn, out on the deep left wing. Flynn coming right now, free throw line, back it out on top left wing. Rail for three, off the glass, off the iron, no. Rebound in the paint, uncontested. Ashana Rowe off the miss. Quickly into the front court comes Lebanon, down to the final 26 seconds. Throw it down into the right low post, looking for Trinity Franzen, fouled by Kat Garay. Garay picks up her first. It's the fourth team foul on Ravenwood. 24.8 left to go here in the opening quarter. Baseline inbound, Tiara Spencer. Basket to her right. Throws it in off a Lady Raptor hand, but tracked down out by the free throw line by Julia Manis. Gives it up to Finley Tomlin. Moving right, Tiara Spencer now into the right corner for three on the way. Julia Manis from that right corner. Manis the three. Her first points make it a 14-8 score. Long three. And 2 seconds. Levine three does not go, goes out of bounds on the baseline. And Baseline inbound for Lebanon here on the air ball 3 from Levine. 2 seconds on the clock. They get it into Finley Tomlin, takes a dribble to half court. She fires it on, and it kisses off the front of the rim. No good. Finley Tomlin got it there from half court at the end of the first quarter. Lebanon 14, Ravenwood 8 here in varsity girls TSSAA basketball action from Lebanon High School, where your Lady Raptors trail by 6 after the first quarter of play. And they were led by 3 points from Elizabeth Flynn, just 1 of 6 shooting from the field, 1 of 1 at the free throw line tonight. 5 points for Emma Rail, 1 of 1 from 2-point range, 1 of 4 from beyond the arc for her 5. And that's all the scoring for Ravenwood. 14 points for Lebanon come from TK Hastings with 4, 2 for Ashana Rowe, 2 for Tiffany Harrigan, 3 for Julia Manis, and 3 for Madison Jennings. So Lebanon spreading it around. They're 11-3 out of District 9 4A. They've got some similar opponents. They've defeated Summit, lost to Brentwood, lost to Gallatin, lost to Webb. Their 3 losses came in a row: December 6th, December 9th, December 16th. Lady Raptors will have possession to start the second quarter of play. High post. Flynn dishes it off to Garay on the left side, and Garay scores on the feed from Elizabeth Flynn. And it's 14-10, 7:43 to go first half. Lady Raptors trailing by 4. Over on the left side, Flynn pressuring, get rid of it into the corner. Shauna Rowe drive the baseline, dish it out right wing. Finley Tomlin for 3 over there, and Tomlin's 3 is good. Her first 3 of the ball game. And it's 17-10, 7:20 to go here first half. Out on the right wing, dish it into the right low post. Garay on the baseline. Here comes the double team. Terrell out on the right wing. Now on top, Flynn, left side Levine, into the left corner, Comstock. Comstock, 1 dribble to the right, gives it back to Rail on the baseline, turns down the 3 on that left corner, now picks up her dribble, needs help, gets rid of it to Flynn. It's knocked away momentarily. Flynn on the dribble, into the paint, gets it off to Garay. Garay, a dribble off the glass, and they're going to whistle a foul. Kat Garay will go to the free throw line. It's on Julia Manis, her first 15 foul against Lebanon. Comes at the 6:56 mark and sends senior Kat Garay to the free throw line. She spins it. Right-hand free throw is too heavy off the back of the iron, no good. Lady Raptors 1 of 2 at the line tonight. As Flynn made her free throw, Hines will get set to check in at the scorer's table. Hines, the sophomore guard. Second one for Garay. Up, it's good. Garay makes 1 of 2. That makes it 17-11 in favor of Lebanon with 6:56 to go here in the first half. As Hines replaces Levine. Finley Tomlin over onto the right side. That's TK Hastings. Back on the right wing. Rowe into the right corner. That's Manis back over on the right side. TK Hastings, her long 3, no. Manis the rebound. Manis on the left side. Tomlin throw it into the paint, knocked away. And Hines pick up the loose basketball. Hines into the front court on the dribble. Give it to Flynn. Flynn has it. She is guarded by Ashana Rowe. Man-to-man defense here from Lebanon. Into the right corner. Comstock wants to lob it underneath to Garay, way over her head and out of bounds along the baseline. Turnover will go to Lebanon. 6:18 to play here in the opening half. Ravenwood trailing by 6, 17-11. Finley Tomlin will bring it up along with Ashana Rowe. Tomlin on the left side. Comstock comes out to get her on that left wing. Over on the right side, TK Hastings. Hastings holds it above her head. 1 dribble, now 2 to her right. Now comes back to the left-hand dribble at the top. Bounce pass into the paint. Get it in to Ashana Rowe, but then Rowe's pass is intercepted by Lady Raptors. Rail running, looking underneath for Garay and throws it out of bounds on the baseline. Rail throws it away along the baseline. Turnover will go back over to Lebanon. Levelette's leading 17-11. 5:50 to play here before halftime. Finley Tomlin on the left side. Gets a screen now. Rail tries to go through it. Give it on the right side. TK Hastings. Comstock has her. Back over to Finley Tomlin on the left wing. Cross-court pass over to the right side. Manis turns down the three. Comes towards the paint. Dishes back into the right corner. Now onto the right wing. TK Hastings. Three. No. Off the back of the no. Hines the rebound on the baseline on the right side. Off the miss from TK Hastings, who's 1 of 5 beyond the arc. Rail. Right wing. Flynn. Gets it back to Rail, right corner, baseline three, off the iron, no. Hines tracks down the rebound out on the left wing to Flynn on top, down to Garay on the dribble, can't get past Tomlin. Over on the right side, TK Hastings, rotated to Manis. Manis pressured by Flynn, throw it down the left low post. Rail knocks it away to Flynn. Flynn will come the other way. Flynn, right side, Rail turns down the long two, takes it in towards the paint, dishes off to Garay. Garay on the left side, score off the glass. Kat Garay has 5. The Lady Raptors are within 4 at 17-13 and we got a 30-second timeout for head coach Corey Barrett. Both coaches wanted the timeout. Coach James wanted a full, but Coach Barrett had already called the 30 at 4:48 here of the second quarter. 17-13 is the score on the basket by Garay. And the Raptors within 4 here. Mentioned that Lebanon got off to a great start this season. They won their first 7 games, then had that 3-game losing streak to Brentwood 46-40, to Gallatin 44-41, and to Webb School of Knoxville 51-43 before they got back to their winning ways. Their most recent outing in the Innisfree Hotels Pensacola tournament. Out of the timeout, over on the left side, Yara Spencer. On the left wing now, Dowell. Throw it down to the left low post. Jumper will not go underneath for Madison Jennings. And rebounded by Lebanon, but then they turn over into Rail. Rail pushes it down the right side. Rail's jumper at the glass, no. And a rebound underneath by Finley Tomlin. And the three-pointer is good in transition, as Tiffany Harrigan buries the 3 to give Lebanon a 20-13 advantage. 4:04 to go, opening half. On the right side, Rail. Double team comes right by the Devilette bench. And tie up. Possession arrow will point in favor of Lebanon, as getting in there was Tiara Spencer. Turnover on the alternating arrow. 3:50 to go here in the second quarter. And a 7-point advantage for Lebanon. Left side, Finley Tomlin. Now on top, Spencer. Spencer moves right against the Lady Raptor 2-3 zone. When they get it inside, Allie Raymer whistled in there, trying to defend Madison Jennings. And Allie Raymer just picked up her 3rd with 3:37. 15 foul. Emma Rail will check out here for Catalina Garay. Garay will go down in the center and push Raymer out to the wing on the baseline. Baseline inbound here. Get into the right side. Madison Jennings going to attack. And 2 shots coming here. See if they put it on Raymer. Oh, they put it on Garay instead. 3:35 left. That's the second on Garay. 6th against the Lady Raptors. Next one will have Lebanon in the 1-and-1. Madison Jennings' first free throw is good. She's 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Second one coming here for the senior post. Listed at 6 foot. Second one is good. She's perfect 3 of 3 at the free throw line. 22-13 now. Julia Hines returns here, replaces Catalina Garay. So Raymer playing with 3 fouls, the senior forward. Comstock will bring it up. 3.5 to go here before the break. I want you to stay tuned for the Edward Jones Investments halftime show. On the left side, Levine wants to throw it down to Flynn, but it's taken right away by Roe Dowell. Intercepted the pass, and Lebanon comes the other direction. Out on the right wing, going to drive against Raymer. Bounce pass inside, taken away by Hines. Looking for Jennings on the bounce pass. Flynn has it across the timeline. Flynn behind the back dribble. Flynn wants to dish it off to the left wing. Hines tracks down the loose basketball. Hines holding it. Jump ball. Possession arrow going to point in favor of Ravenwood this time. Alternating possession as Rail will return here and replace Allie Raymer. Sideline inbound here for Julia Hines. 3:03 to go. Opening half. Lady Raptors trailing by 9. Hines wants to get it into Rail, but it's knocked away by Madison Jennings near midcourt. Give it up to Finley Tomlin. Now on the right side, Hastings down into Madison Jennings. Jennings pushes Rail out of the way and whistle foul. They get it into Madison Jennings, and Rail in that mismatch had to commit the foul. 2:53. That's the 17th foul on Ravenwood. First on Rail, and sends Madison Jennings to the free throw line where she's a perfect 3 of 3 tonight. Senior post hits this free throw. And the lead is into double digits now for Lebanon with 2:53 to go. First half of play. Second one rattles out. No. Flynn in there contesting with the rebound with Roe Dowell. And they'll say jump ball. Possession arrow now points in favor of Lebanon, leading 23-13 with 2:51 to go before halftime. Get it into Madison Jennings on the inbound to score the bucket, and the foul is going to be on Flynn. Foul on Flynn is her first. It's the 8th foul on Ravenwood. And now Lebanon just exploiting the inside advantage. Madison Jennings at the free throw line to convert the three-point play. She does. She's 5 of 6 at that free throw line. 2:47 to go, and Lebanon has doubled up Ravenwood 26-13 here in the first half. Right side, Flynn. Into the right corner, Hines. Back to Flynn on the right wing. Dribbles once to her left. Give it to Levine. Into the left side, Comstock. Comstock has a defender fly at her. Tomlin. Here comes the pressure. Swatted away. Turnover. Lebanon into the front court. Stopping and letting Rail go by, and scoring is TK Hastings. Hastings the basket. The sophomore guard with the bucket. And a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout for Ravenwood coach Andrew James. It comes with 2:23 to go here before halftime. That Edward Jones Investments halftime show, brought to you by Alexander Knopp, is coming up here on RaptorAthleticsLive.mixler.com. Glad to have you tuned in. Reminder that we have the varsity boys game coming up for you. That tip scheduled for 7:30 tonight. We should be on the air, depending the finish of this one, around 7:20. We will take a break in between games and then get on the air with the boys contest on a separate feed. It keeps our library separate in our archive, so you can go back and listen to any games individually that you may have missed or that you'd like to go back and listen to once again. Out of the timeout, Lady Raptors trailing by 15. Going to try to start whittling away at this 15-point Lebanon lead here before halftime. Comstock across midcourt, left side to Hines, holds it, now dribbles once, twice to her right, now to the left-hand dribble, give it to Levine on that left side. Levine wants to get it to Flynn, does, out on top. Flynn behind the back dribble. Flynn, free throw line, dish it to the left corner. Levine's baseline three, off the iron, no. Offside rebound, Emma Rail goes to the ground along the baseline between a pair of doublettes. Out of bounds, last touch by Lebanon. And it will be Ravenwood basketball still, as it was subs coming in for the Devilettes. Comstock basket to her right. She's outside the lane. Looks to get it in. Looks. Throw it in to Flynn. Free throw line. Flynn down the right side. Off the glass. Elizabeth Flynn on the move. Tough shot. Flynn hits it. She's 2 of 7 from the field. Left side, TK Hastings. She fires the three short. Off the iron. No. Comstock saves it on the baseline, but his official says she stepped on that baseline before she could save it. Hastings, the miss from 3. She's 1 of 6 beyond the arc. Lady Raptors trail 28-15. 1:45 left to go here. Baseline inbound. Get it in the right low post. Whistle foul against Ravenwood. Free throws coming here for Ashana Rowe. Rail commits the personal. Her second, and the 19th foul against the Lady Raptors. 1:44 to go first half. Ashana Rowe, the 5'9" sophomore guard, here for two. The first is good. She's got 3 points tonight. Speckert returns here, replacing Rail. Rowe's second free throw is up. It is off the iron, off the glass, and good. 30-15 with 1:43 to go. And blocked out of bounds on the shot attempt from Speckert. And it'll be Ravenwood ball in the corner. Comstock to trigger it in. Wants to throw it into Levine. Knocked out of bounds on the sideline by Tiara Spencer. Now it'll be a sideline inbound for Comstock right by the end of the Devilettes bench. Said they'll switch it up to Hines. Hines will throw it in front of Lebanon's bench. Get it in, tipped away by Finley Tomlin away from Comstock. Loose basketball midcourt, picked up by the Devilettes into Tomlin. Tomlin gives it off to Tiara Spencer. Spencer drives the baseline. Her jumper won't go underneath. Putback attempt will not go inside for Ashana Rowe. Loose basketball comes out to Comstock. Comstock outlet to Flynn. Flynn through the paint, picks up the dribble, right side on the wing. Levine's three is partially blocked over there by Tiara Spencer. And Lebanon will come into the front court. 65 seconds to play first half, leading 30-15. Right corner now on the right wing. Tomlin to the free throw line. Turnaround jumper. Too heavy off the back of the iron. No for Ashana Rowe. Rebounded by Ravenwood. Flynn, top of the key. She'll pull up and fire for three. Elizabeth Flynn has 8. Lady Raptors are back within 12 at 30-18 on the three-pointer by Flynn. 35 seconds left to go, opening half. Lady Raptors look for a defensive stop. Spencer will fire the three from the left side off the iron. No, it goes up and hits the strap above the backboard. Spencer's three, no good. And the Lady Raptors have opportunity for the final shot of the half here. They've got Hines and Comstock, Flynn, Levine, and Speckert. Elizabeth Flynn looks back at Coach James, puts one finger in the air. They want one shot, 20 seconds. Comstock on the dribble, looking to get it to Flynn. Does. Left side, Speckert wants to pass back to Comstock, knocked away. Turnover to Lebanon. Up the right side, Ashana Rowe dishes it off to Hastings on the right wing. Hastings into the paint. Hastings in front of the rim, rolls it off the glass. It won't go. Rebound underneath by Trinity Franzen. But no time for the putback. We've reached halftime. Ravenwood 18, Lebanon 30 here as the Devilettes opened it up in the second quarter of play after leading 14-8 at the end of the first 8 minutes. They outscore Ravenwood 16-10 in the second quarter to take the 30-18 lead at half. As we go into our Edward Jones Investments halftime show here on RaptorAthleticsLive.mixler.com, brought to you by Alexandra Knopf. We will take a brief 2-minute intermission and then come back and give you unofficial numbers from the first half here at Lebanon High School tonight, where the Lady Raptors trail 30-18 at the break. Back with for Ravenwood at Nolensville. It'll be the Lady Knights taking on the Lady Raptors. That game will tip scheduled for 6 o'clock. We expect to be on the air about 5:50 with a bit of a pregame show here on RaptorAthleticsLive.mixler.com. And then we'll have the boys contest that night scheduled for 7:30. There'll also be JV games. We'll see if we can bring you JV action on Friday night in those district matchups. We'll try to do that when we can. Tonight, the setup was in the Ox Gym for the JV boys game. They were victorious 55-47. We had our equipment set up over in the main gym, and then they put the JV games over in the Ox Gym. And so rather than move all the equipment, we enjoyed watching the boys pick up a win for head coach Dominic Tharp. We're about 2.5 minutes away from the start of the second half. Lady Raptors have returned to the floor. They're wearing their road reds trimmed in black and gold. It says Ravenwood in gold outlined in black across the front above the numbers that are black outlined in gold. And it has the Power R on the back of the jersey right at the neckline. And the Lebanon Devilettes have yet to return to the floor. Here they're still in the locker room with Coach Corey Barrett. They're 11-3. They play in District 9 4A. We mentioned a pretty rich tradition here for girls basketball at Lebanon High School. They've made a few runs to the Glass House in the past few seasons. The 1920 year, that will always be that COVID year. They made it to the Final Four. That tournament got shut down in the midst of that. That was when Nolensville had a nice run as well. 31-6, Lebanon finished up. And then in 2021, they went 30-5 and finished as the state runner-up. So that two-season span, they went a combined 61-11. And who knows what would have happened in that COVID-shortened year. That was the year that we all learned to really appreciate every game and every moment. And you never know when it might be taken away from you or when it might come to an end. You just cannot tell. And that 1920 season, that certainly happened to so many of the spring athletes when spring sports were shut down as a result of the global pandemic. We are just moments away here from the start of the second half. Ravenwood trailing 30-18 to Lebanon. We'll invite you to stay with us for the second half of this one, and then we'll have the boys contest coming up about 7:30. The scheduled tip will be on there about 7:20, pending the end of this game. We will take a brief break to start a separate feed. I mentioned you can tune into any games that you've missed via the archives there on RaptorAthleticsLive.mixler.com and go back and relive any of the games from the past couple of years. You can listen to football games, past coaches' shows. Before you know it, we'll be back into football season, and the Coach Will Hester Show will return for its third season later this summer, sometime in August, as the Raptors look to reload and coming off a 6-5 season a year ago. Ravenwood will have possession to open the second half of play, moving right to left from my vantage point in this half. On the floor to be Hines and Comstock, Rail, Garay, and Flynn. Into Comstock, into the front court. Guarded by Tomlin, now on the left wing to Hines. Looks inside against the man-to-man defense, Lebanon. On top, Rail moving right. Comes around the screen of Flynn. Fires the three, wide to the left. Garay, the rebound underneath. It won't go, but Hines tracks it down on the baseline. Hines on the dribble. Double-team trap in the left corner. Taken away from her by TK Hastings. Hastings pushes it into the front court. Flynn is back. Flynn blocks it out of bounds. Elizabeth Flynn, the block against TK Hastings. Baseline inbound coming here for Lebanon. It's going to be Finley Tomlin, who inbounded basket is to her right. And Julia Hines gets the steal on the inbound. But then she's tied up, and the alternating arrow points in favor of Lebanon. Devilettes all line up now at the free throw line. Across the free throw line, baseline inbound for Hastings. Basket to her left. Get it out on top, Finley Tomlin, who steps back beyond the arc and hits the three-pointer off the inbound play. And it's 33-18. 7:13 to go here, third quarter. Out on the left side, Flynn. In the left corner, Comstock bounce pass into Rail. Rail on the left low post. Taken away by Hastings. Knocked out of bounds on the baseline. Rail was trying to post up. It'll stay Ravenwood basketball. Comstock, the inbound basket is to her left. Holds it over her right shoulder. Gets it in to Flynn. Whistle foul against Roe Dowell. And that is her second personal. First team foul here in the second half. Comstock basket to her left. Looks for the inbound. Gets it into Flynn on the right side. Flynn scores past Dowell. Elizabeth Flynn, her first bucket of the second half. And it's 33-20. Lady Raptors trail by 13. 6:50 to go here. Into the right corner. Hastings knocked away by Flynn. Down at the end of Lebanon's bench. Hastings gets it into Finley Tomlin, moving left. Right-hand dribble comes back to Hastings on that right wing. Over on the right side. Dowell into the right corner. Manis. Dump it in, and Madison Jennings travels in the right low post. Turnover will go over to Ravenwood. Comstock on the right-hand dribble. Over onto the right side. Rail. The jumper from the right side is good outside the lane. Emma Rail the basket. She's got 7. The Lady Raptors within 11 at 33-22. And then Garai bumps Jennings over on the right side. Whistle foul. That'll be the third on Garai. 6:16 here of the third quarter. Third on Garai, first against Ravenwood. Over on the left side, Finley Tomlin turns down the 3. Gets it into Madison Jennings, guarded by Flynn, who's straight up. Kick it out on the right side. Madison now on the right wing. TK Hastings fires a 3 off the iron. No. Rebound underneath to Roe Dowell. Out to Tomlin. Now on top, Madison Jennings. Jennings will back it out by the logo. Now take it left. Set up the offense. Gets a screen on that side. TK Hastings takes the pass on the right side. Oh, now they're going to give her the flop. She fired the 3. Long after the 3 left, she went down to her back. And then they're going to call Emma Rail on the foul. Now they're going to say the foul. They want to give her. Now the officials get together. They're going to say sideline inbound. They're not going to give her 3 free throws. TK Hastings, who flopped to the ground well after the shot. She went down. Smart play. Rail picked up her third. It's the second on Ravenwood. 5:43 to go here third quarter. They try to throw it inside. Garai steps around Madison Jennings, who goes to the ground. And then Hines turns it back over. Madison Jennings takes it away. Hastings, right side. Manis on the wing. Now Finley Tomlin, right side 3 is on the way. And Finley Tomlin hits it. It's like the Lady Raptors, they do something well, but then right away, turnover. And Lebanon has opened up a 36-22 lead. Garai inside, and Garai, an offensive foul as Jennings goes to the deck. Garai scores, they're going to wave it off. And Garai has her 4th. An offensive foul. 3rd. And Hines comes out, Garai comes out. Levine returns, and Grace Potter into the ball game as well for Ravenwood. As Lebanon takes possession. Right side, Hastings bounce pass into Madison Jennings, working on Flynn to the glass. Madison Jennings, her first points of the second half. It's a 38-22 advantage for Lebanon. 4:54 to go here in the third quarter. Comstock get it into Rail on the right side, outside the lane. Rail on the dribble, going to the baseline. Dish it back out on the right wing. Comstock on top. Flynn. Flynn goes with the right-hand dribble, but now behind the back of the free throw line. Flynn spin in the paint, forcing up a shot. Whistle foul. She tried to work on Roe Dowell, the sophomore there. And Dowell picks up her 3rd. That's at the 4:40 mark. Second team foul on Lebanon. 2 dribbles from Flynn. Spin it 2 more. Spin it again. And the free throw is good. Flynn hits the free throw. Pulls the Raptors within 15 at 38-23 now. 4:40 to go third quarter. Second free throw is good. So Flynn gets them both. She's a perfect 3 of 3 at the free throw line tonight. 14-point Lebanon advantage. Just out right wing to Hastings. It kisses off the far side of the iron, goes out of bounds along the baseline. No one could get to it. Hastings, 1 of 8 beyond the arc here, coming out of that New Year break. Cold shooting for that super sophomore. She had 6 free throws, 6 3-pointers, against Summit earlier this season. Left side, Flynn wants to dish it off to Rail, but knocked away by Dowell. Now loose basketball on the ground, picked up by Hastings in the backcourt. Outlet to Tomlin. Tomlin down the right side. Dowell lays it home. Rowe. Shauna Rowe on the lay-in. As Rowe got the basket. Over on the right side, Levine. Levine wants to get the Comstock knocked out of bounds over there by Finley Tomlin. And now Manis returns. Jennings checks out. Jennings and Manis checking out here. As Franzen returns for Lebanon. Inside Flynn. Flynn steps around. Ashana Rowe can't get it to drop. And Lebanon the rebound. Hastings, right side, dish down in to Franzen. Franzen turnaround jumper against Flynn, won't go. Flynn, the rebound, off the miss by Franzen, the junior. Flynn, front court, free throw line, behind the back dribble, step back at the free throw line. Her jumper, air ball, no, out of bounds along the baseline. Flynn working really hard. She's 3 of 10 from 2-point range tonight. 1 of 1 at 3-point, and 3 of 3 at the free throw line. Down to 3:18 to go here in the third quarter. Across midcourt, over onto the right side. Bounce pass in to the paint. Off the iron, no for Rowe. And the rebound is knocked away by Lebanon. Last touch by the Devilettes. Ravenwood with possession. Comstock, left side, Levine. Wants to lob it down underneath to Potter. It's knocked away, though. Potter was fronted, get it out to Tomlin. Up the left side, right hand won't go for Finley Tomlin. Flynn comes back into the front court. Loose basketball picked up by Rail. Out to Comstock, turns down the three on top. Flynn to Levine on the left side. Now Flynn will set up the offense on top. Holds it there. Looks for Rail over on that right side. She's guarded by Finley Tomlin. Tomlin slaps at the basketball out beyond the three-point arc. Rail picks up her dribble, needs help, gets rid of it to Levine in the right corner. Levine bounce back into Rail, and then it's taken away on the double team. Racing up the floor, Harrigan. And Harrigan loses it out of bounds on the baseline. Grace Potter applying pressure there, creating the turnover. And so they let Lebanon sub in, but not Lady Raptors sub. Into the front court, Comstock to Levine on the left side. Flynn looks inside. Potter can't post up in there with Franzen. Give it instead to Rail in the left corner for 3. Off the iron, short, no. Long rebound. Kicks over the top of the rim, over to the right corner. Last touch by Lebanon. Audrey Speckert will come in to replace Emma Rail. Rail struggling from beyond the arc, 1 of 7 tonight. Sideline inbound here for Levine. And hammered to the ground is Comstock by Tiffany Harrigan. Call the foul. Tiffany Harrigan picks up her second with 1:57. Baseline inbound here for Comstock. Get it into Flynn. Right elbow. Flynn down the right side. Double team comes. Picks up the dribble. Now looks. Needs help. Got to get rid of it. Does out near the logo to Levine. Left side. Comstock. She'll fire the 3 off the back of the iron. No. Offside rebound comes down to Speckert, and it's taken away by Hastings. And then Hastings is fouled. Foul on Speckert is her first, and the 4th team foul on Ravenwood here with 1:42 to go in the third quarter. Comstock comes out. Got Hines, Flynn, Potter, Speckert, and Levine on the floor here for the Lady Raptors. Spencer on top, coming right, picks up the dribble, goes into the left corner, now inside to Franz and loses it on the baseline. Flynn takes it away. Elizabeth Flynn got down and picked up the loose basketball from Trinity Franzen. Steal for Flynn. Flynn on top, right side, Hines. Hines to Levine on that right wing. Levine looks inside, nothing there. Levine coming to her left, gets it to Flynn out on the right wing, deep. Throw it on top, Hines. Rotate it left side to Levine. Levine underneath to Flynn, left low post. Flynn spins to the baseline, and she's fouled. And Elizabeth Flynn will go to the free throw line. Fouls on Tiara Spencer, her first. 4th team foul against Lebanon. Here in the second half, minute 3 to go. In the third quarter, Flynn spins the ball. Her free throw too heavy, off the heel, no good. Flynn now 3 of 4 at the line. She'll have a second one coming here. Lady Raptors trailing 40-24. 16-point deficit. Flynn's second free throw kicks high off the heel, no, and rebounded by Ashana Rowe. Flynn missed them both at the line. On top, Spencer to the right side. Final 55 seconds of the third quarter. Right baseline jumper will not go underneath for Ashana Rowe. Loose basketball knocked all the way out beyond the arc. Gathered up by Lebanon. 41 seconds to play in the third quarter. Hastings on the right side, now to Franzen down on the right baseline. Back out on top, Spencer. Spencer coming right. Give it up on that right side to Harrigan. And then fire a long three. No. Spencer's three from the right side in front of the Devilette bench. Out of bounds along the baseline. It'll be Ravenwood possession with 27.1 left to go in the third quarter. And Rail wasn't to the scorer's table in time. Specker gets it in. Hines into the front court. Hines on the dribble. Hines at the three-point line. Give it to Flynn. Flynn dishes it off to Grace Potter. Potter scores on the right side. Grace Potter, the bucket. And Lady Raptors within 40 to 26. And offensive foul against Lebanon with 3.7 left. Fouls on Ashana Rowe. Offensive foul. Fourth team foul on Lebanon. Grace Potter comes out, and Morale replaces her. 3.7, 3-2. Speckert across midcourt. Speckert fires the long three, high off the glass, no good. And that's the end of the third quarter. Ravenwood 26, Lebanon 40, as Lebanon outscored Ravenwood 10-8 in the third quarter of play, as the Devilettes led 30-18 at halftime. They led 14-8 at the end of the first quarter of play. So Ravenwood trails by 14, headed into the fourth and final quarter of play. We'll ask you to stay with us at the conclusion of this one. We'll end this broadcast and start a fresh feed for the boys game scheduled to tip at 7:30. Coach Patrick Whitlock's team gets back to action after winning their most recent outing against Niceville, Florida, down in the Northwest Florida shootout at Choctaw High School, where they went 1-2. They played a very good Christian Brothers team down there in the first round, and then took on Cookville and lost in the consolation bracket before picking up a victory in their third and final game down at the beach. But I guess it's not so bad to go to the beach and play a couple of Tennessee teams when Franklin and Independence went to the beach on a 4-day tournament and played one another in the championship game of the tournament down there. They went all the way down to Florida and met familiar foes who will meet up later in Williamson County this season. We start the fourth quarter. Ravenwood possession. Levine inbounds it to Comstock. There on the floor with Garay and Flynn and Rail. Comstock on the dribble will set up the offense. Tomlin guards her. That's Finley Tomlin. One addition to Levine on the right side, but it's stolen away by Tiffany Harrigan. Then Flynn comes back and makes another steal herself. Right side Levine. Levine wants to dump it into Garay down low, but Madison Jennings knocks that away momentarily. Levine goes to the deck. Tries to get it from Jennings. Can't. Devilettes into the front court. Coach Corey Barrett yells to pull it back out and set up the offense. On top, Tiara Spencer. Spencer on the right side to the left side. That's Harrigan. To Tomlin. Near the logo. Bounce pass to the free throw line. Rowe Dowell. Back on top, Tomlin. Back to Dowell. Left elbow. Turnaround jumper. Wide to the right. And Comstock tries to save it along the baseline. Cannot. Go out of bounds off her. Last touch by Ravenwood. It'll be Lebanon inbound. Basket to the right of the Devilettes. And it's Rowe Dowell. Has to head to the trainer's room. Shauna Rowe replaces her. Baseline inbound here for Lebanon. It's Spencer to trigger. Basket to her right. Throw it in the left side. Franzen in the corner. Franzen on the right hand dribble. Guarded by Levine. Now to Tomlin on the right wing. Bounce pass inside from Spencer. Stolen away by Flynn. Flynn left side off the glass. Rolls it home. Elizabeth Flynn in transition scores the bucket. And it's 28-40. Lady Raptors trail by 12. 6:46 to play in this one. Yara Spencer, right side, Tomlin. On the right wing, that is Ashana Rowe. Tomlin looking for a screen over on the left side, now on the right side, back to Spencer. Bounce pass into the right corner. Back on top, Tiara Spencer. on the right side on the baseline. Now into the left wing, Spencer. Spencer spins to the baseline, drives underneath the basket, reverse layup with the right hand, scores it along that baseline drive. Tiara Spencer. 42-28. The score, Lebanon on top. Final 6 minutes here from Lebanon High School. Left elbow, Flynn. Flynn down the right side, throw it into the right corner, too high for Emerale, out of bounds into the stands. Turnover, Ravenwood. 5:47 left in this one. And Devilettes have the lead and possession. They lead by 14. Out on the left side, Spencer. To Finley Tomlin. Takes it in. Her jumper from midway down the lane. No good. And then she's bumped by her own player. Knocked to the ground is Tomlin. That's a travel. Indeed it is. Turnover, Lebanon. We'll go back over to Ravenwood. Lady Raptors take possession. 5.5 to go. Comstock brings it up across the timeline. Man-to-man defense, Devilettes. Left wing, Hines holds it above her head, gives it to Garay. Left side, Garay brings it back out by the three-point line. On top, Rail, pressured there by Spencer. Rail holds it. Now going to drive down the right side. Emma Rail to the glass. High off the glass. Bounces up off the rim and drops through. Emma Rail, the bucket. She's 3 of 4 from two-point range today. Cuts it back to a 12-point deficit at 30-42. 5:03 to go in this one. Spencer. Right side, Tomlin fires it down inside Madison Jennings, and Jennings scores as Garay had to play off there, playing with 4 fouls. Jennings, the basket, it's back to a 14-point advantage, 44-30 in favor of Lebanon, 4:42 left. Comstock looks for the backdoor cut, Flynn, and she's bumped hard. Madison Jennings on that left low block as Flynn gone backdoor cut on Ashana Rowe. Help came from Madison Jennings. It's her third. 4:36 mark. Fifth. And they say 16 foul. Yes, 16 foul. Next one will put Lady Raptors in the 1-and-1. Left elbow jumper from Flynn off the inbound is no good. Rebound goes off to the weak side, pushing it forward and losing the handle in there. TK Hastings. Flynn picks it up, brings it back into the front court, gives it to Hines. Hines lets Jennings go by. Julia Hines scores the basket. And quick timeout for Coach Andrew James. A full timeout with his Lady Raptors trailing 32-44. 4:18 left to go in this one. It'll be a full timeout for Coach James and his staff with his Lady Raptors as they look to try and trim a 12-point lead, 44-32, with 4:18 left to go. I invite you to stay with us for our Edward Jones Investments postgame show, brought to you by Alexander Knopp. We'll have that at the conclusion of this one. We'll take a brief 2-minute break and then give you unofficial stats from tonight and wrap it up for the girls' game. End this broadcast and start a fresh broadcast for the boys' contest, scheduled to tip at 7:30, and looks like we'll be very close to on time in that one, depending on how the final 4:18 unfolds here. It should be a good one in the boys' game. That's got Tulsa commit Jared Hall averaging 20-plus points per contest. And Raptors saw him this summer when he had a heck of a game in Summer League against Ravenwood. But we'll see how Coach Whitlock's squad responds coming off that victory against Niceville, and how they finish up their pre-region schedule of games. It'll be the final non-district, non-region game of the year for Ravenwood, as they will get going at Nolensville to start district play on Friday night. Girls and the boys out of the timeout. Lebanon possession. Finley Tomlin brings it up. Little trap comes. Jennings comes to get it at the high top of the key. Back to Tomlin by the logo, right side, down into the right baseline. They get it. Try to lob it underneath to Franzen. Out of bounds. Turnover. The Lady Raptors get the turnover they were looking for. Garay will return to replace Raymer. Lady Raptors trail by 12. Past the midway mark now of the fourth quarter. 3:55 to go in this one. Comstock on the logo. Coming left. Pressured by Tomlin. Wants to lob it into Flynn. No, taken away by Jennings. Back to Tomlin into the front court. Tomlin out on that left wing. Comstock cuts that off. Throws it right side. Hastings. Now Tomlin gets it back. 3:40 to go to Hastings on the right wing. Rail comes to get her. And then jumping up in the air, Rodal. Flynn takes it away to Rail. Rail with the left-hand dribble into the paint. Lets Finley Tomlin run past. Tomlin knocks the basketball out of bounds on the baseline, but prevents the lay-in by Rail. It'll be Lady Raptor basketball. Comstock along the baseline. Basket is to her left. 3:28 to go. Into Garay. Bounce pass to Flynn. Back out to Garay at the free throw line. Kick it into the right corner. Comstock. Get it back into Garay. Garay bumping against Madison Jennings. Garay fights inside. Can't get the first one to go. Gets her own putback. And then Jennings, the foul, picks up her fourth. Garay persistent along the baseline on that right side. And got her own putback. The bucket and the foul. And Jennings picks up her fourth, the seventh team foul. And Garay tried to cut a 10-point deficit back to single digits. She does. Garay gets it. Raymer will replace her. Garay makes it 35-44. 3:15 left. 9-point Lebanon advantage. Tomlin to Jennings. Jennings out on top, guarded by Raymer. Throw it down into the right low block and score. They break through the Lady Raptor press and score with a Shauna Rowe right at the rim. It's 46-35. Back to a double-digit 11-point lead for Lebanon. Right side jumper, air ball, no for Flynn. Saved along the baseline by Raymer, but right back into Jennings. Tomlin. Deep on that right wing over here by the scorer's table. Give it up to Hastings, and Hastings will be quickly fouled by Rail. That's going to be the fourth on Rail. Fourth. 2:40. That's the 15th foul on Ravenwood. Get it into Tomlin. Tomlin looking for midcourt. She's out on one of the volleyball lines, so she's safe. Get it to Hastings. Hastings out beyond the arc, right side. Driving there is a Shauna Rowe on the baseline and score the bucket. Shauna Rowe, the sophomore guard, back to a 13-point advantage for Lebanon. 2:20 to go. Comstock to Rail. Right corner, baseline three, no good. Rebound to Shauna Rowe on the offside. Off the miss by Rail, who is 1 of 8 beyond the arc tonight. 2:08 to play. Lebanon with possession and a 13-point advantage. Hastings tries to pass back, deflected by Comstock. Rail the steal. Rail at the glass, count the bucket. Emma Rail, and a quick timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout with 1:57 to go for Coach James. Rail the bucket, pulls the Lady Raptors within 11 again at 48-37. 1:57 left to play in this one. Before we go to our Edward Jones Investments post-game show and wrap this girls contest up from Lebanon, so it looks like the boys game now will be a bit delayed. We've still got almost 2 minutes to go here in the girls game, and they usually put 15 to 20 minutes on the clock to allow the boys to warm up. So we'll take that brief break in between and then be back with the boys contest. Because you've got Speckert and Comstock, Flynn, Rail, and Hines on the floor for Ravenwood. They'll go full court pressure here. You've got Comstock and Speckert up top along with Flynn. Get it into Tomlin, pressured by Speckert along the baseline. Tomlin dribbling around over there. Get rid of it to Tiffany Harrigan. Back in front court. They get it across the timeline. Reset it back out on top with Tomlin. Tomlin by the logo. On the right side, Harrigan. Get it into the paint, off the glass, score the bucket. Shauna Rowe on the drive through the lane. Shauna Rowe, opportunity for the three-point play. Foul's on Julia Hines. It's her first. And the 6th from the Lady Raptors. And Shauna Rowe to the free throw line here, where she's 2 of 2 tonight. completes the three-point play as she makes it, and it's a 51-37 lead with just 94 seconds left to play here for Lebanon. Free throw line, Flynn, give it back on top. Comstock, right side on the wing, 4-3, Rail off the iron, no. Rebound, Finley Tomlin inside. Emma Rail just could not find her shooting touch from beyond the arc tonight. She's 1 of 9. Tomlin, left side, Hastings, back to Tomlin, out by midcourt. Tomlin, now double team comes between Comstock and Speckert. And then Comstock will help Tomlin back up. And it's on Caroline Comstock, her second, the 107 mark. 7th team foul on Ravenwood, so it sends Finley Tomlin to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Senior guard makes the first. She's got 10 points tonight on 3 of 5 shooting beyond the arc, 0 of 2 from two-point range. Makes the first of her free throws, and the second one is also good. She gets the front end of the 1-and-1, earns the second. It's that 53-37, your score, with exactly 1 minute to go in this. Then a turnover going the other way. Hastings up the left side. Score. TK Hastings took it away, and it's 55-37. Final 47 seconds to go here. Rail throws it high off the glass. Bump. And Madison Jennings just fouled out of the game. .4 left. 8th team foul. Jennings checks out. Fouls out of this one. It sends Emerald to the free throw line. First of 2 is that's the shooting foul there. It's the 8th. Rail gets her first free throw on her first trip to the line. Cuts it back to a 17-point advantage. Second one for Rail is also good. Rail gets them both. It's 55-39 with just 45 seconds left. Inbound along the baseline, Finley Tomlin. Speckert commits the foul. Speckert picks up her second. 43.6. The 8th team foul on Ravenwood. And Raymer checks out. Garai back in. Finley Tomlin right back to the free throw line where she just hit a pair. She's got 1-and-1 here. Front end is good for the senior guard. Stay with us. Coming up for the Edward Jones Investments postgame show, we'll have unofficial totals from this one. Take a brief break, have those totals, and then get set for the boys' game. Second one for Tomlin is good, as she will check out now. Tiara Spencer comes back in. 57-39 is your score. Just 40 seconds left in this one. Lebanon going to pick up the victory and move to 12-3 on the year. Comstock looks to lob it inside to Garai. Scramble for the loose basketball along the baseline. A pair of Develettes go to the ground along with Garai. Last touch out of bounds by Lebanon. Baseline inbound coming here for Caroline Comstock. Basket is to her right. Final 33.4 of this one. Get it into Flynn. Flynn bumps into a double team. Flynn forces it up inside against Spencer. No call. Flynn still on the dribble. Flynn down on the ground. Passes out to Rail, but it's taken away inside there by Tiffany Harrigan. Harrigan to Spencer. Back to Harrigan. 20 seconds. Right side in the corner by Ashana Rowe. Rowe on the right side. Spencer now on top to Harrigan. Harrigan bounce pass back over to Spencer. Into the right corner, Rowe. Rowe back to Spencer. Spencer to the free throw line. Bring it back out to TK Hastings. 2 seconds. And that will do it. 57-39. The Develettes victorious by 18 over your Ravenwood Lady Raptors, who fall to 2-13. Complete their pre-district and region schedule with a loss to Lebanon, and will be back in action Friday at Nolensville to start District 12 4A play, as the Lebanon Develettes improved to 12-3 on the year for head coach Corey Barrett. As we go into our Edward Jones Investments post-game show here, brought to you by Alexander Knopp. We'll be back at Lebanon High School to give you unofficial stats from the first half of play in just 2 minutes. Stay with us here on RaptorAthleticsLive.mixler.com.
To win in sports, you must adjust your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of investments. Alexandra Knopf, your Murray County, Williamson County, and Greater Nashville area Edward Jones financial advisor, can help you create a game plan for your financial goals. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Alexandra Knopf, your Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this, and that's why she's a proud sponsor of Ravenwood High School Raptors football on Raptors Athletics Live. For all of your investment needs, call Alexandra Knopf at 931-490-0209 and get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
What grows in the forest? Trees? Sure. Know what else grows in the forest? Our imagination, our sense of wonder, and our family bonds grow too. Because when we disconnect from this and connect with this, we reconnect with each other and build family memories we will carry with us forever. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. It's easy. Just put in your zip code to find family-friendly outdoor destinations near you. You'll also find guides to free activities, games, and amazing forest facts. Give the magic of the outdoors to your kids and reconnect with your family. Find a forest near you at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Chris Bozen back here at Lebanon High School, where the Devilettes defeat your Ravenwood Lady Raptors by a final score of 57-39 tonight. As we take a quick look at your unofficial numbers from the ball game. 3 double-digit scores unofficially for Lebanon. Finley Tomlin, their senior guard, checked in with 13 points. She was 0 of 2 from two-point range, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, 4 of 4 at the free throw line for her 13. 13 as well for Ashana Rowe off the bench. Rowe was 5 of 9 from two-point range and 3 of 3 at the free throw line to collect her 13 points. Madison Jennings also 13 as she went 4 for 6 from two-point range and 5 of 6 at the free throw line for her 13. Those were the only double-digit scores for the Devilettes tonight. PK Hastings contributed 8 as she went 2 of 4 from two-point range, 1 of 8 from beyond the arc, and 1 of 1 at the free throw line. 5 points unofficially for Tiffany Harrigan, 1 of 2 at two-point range, 1 of 1 at the three-point line. 2 points from Tiara Spencer, 1 of 2 from two-point range, 0 of 2 beyond the arc. And that did it for Lebanon as they got the 57-39 victory tonight to improve to 12-3 on the season. For Ravenwood, they were led by Elizabeth Flynn with 14 points tonight as she had 8 in the first half, 6 in the second half as Flynn got 14. Flynn tonight was 4 of 13 from two-point range, 1 of 1 from beyond the arc, and 3 of 5 at the free throw line for her 14 points. 13 points tonight for Emma Rail, 4 for 5 from two-point range, but just 1 of 9 beyond the arc, including 0 for 4 in the second half of play beyond the arc. 2 of 2 at the free throw line for the junior guard Rail as she got 13 tonight. Those were the 2 double-digit scores. Kat Garay checked in with 8 points in a starting role. The senior post, 3 of 4 from two-point range, 2 of 3 at the free throw line for her 8. 2 points in a starting role tonight for sophomore guard Julia Hines, called into service along with Caroline Comstock without Natalie Prestegard, the junior guard in the lineup tonight. She hopes to be back on Friday. And 2 points off the bench for Grace Potter on a lay-in on 1 of 1 shooting from two-point range. So 14 for Flynn, 13 for Rail, 8 for Garay, and 2 apiece for Hines and Potter as the Lady Raptors fall 57-39. 9-9. Boys teams on the floor warming up here at Lebanon, including Tulsa commit Jared Hall. He spins now at the free throw line and sinks a jumper from there. The smooth shooting Jared Hall, one of the premier players in the state of Tennessee, currently committed to Tulsa, and the Raptors will look to defend him and this Blue Devil squad in the varsity game.